A good example of how a missionary pattern can be built around the use of aircraft is the weekly flight to Telefomin for the Australian Baptist Missionary Society. Every Friday for the last 10 years, the aircraft load has been made up in much the same manner. The freezer or frozen fresh meat and other provisions from the WeWack stores are all carefully weighed and recorded, for every aircraft has strict load limitations which pilots must observe rigidly. Pilot David Grace clears the flight plan with the Department of Civil Aviation staff. Passengers asked to board. Then the turbo model Cessna 206 is airborne. These aircraft are the pride of the MAF fleet. They can cruise at 150 miles per hour, and the turbo system gives sea-level performance up to 20,000 feet, although normally the aircraft do not exceed 14,000 feet. This route crosses over some of the most inhospitable country in all of New Guinea. Vast tracts of mountainous terrain devoid of population, and mountains up to 12,000 feet high pushing up into the clouds. Regularly, bad weather temporarily suspends flying altogether. Weather checks of highland stations are routine before the aircraft leaves the base. It was in this kind of flying situation in this area that a young MAF pilot, John Harvison, the son of a missionary doctor, radioed that he was having difficulty with the weather. That was his last call. 27 aircraft, in a search directed by the Department of Civil Aviation, combed the area for 10 days, but no trace has ever been found of the missing aircraft, the pilot, or the 2 native Bible school students traveling with him. On the strip at Telefomin, at an altitude of about 5,000 feet, the WeWack loading is removed and the next stage of the day's activities begin. A Baptist missionary sister with 2 trainee nurses, a missionary and a native evangelist prepare to visit a mission outstation 4 days walk away, but just 12 minutes by air. At the outstation, everybody waits for the regular visit. There are a number of other small stations like this, which are visited in turn on the regular Friday schedule, with visits 3 or 4 weeks apart. The nursing sister soon has her mother's and baby's clinic in full swing. A vital part of this medical work is the treatment of many young babies with simple illnesses who would normally perish in primitive bush situations. Modern drugs literally work miracles on many tropical diseases, which nearly always prove fatal in the years past. With the aid of an interpreter, the missionary speaks to the local men. All adult men carry bows and arrows for hunting and self-defense, and these are left in a handy position. A new outstation is planned for this area, and Max Myers, MAF's chief pilot, accompanied by Brian Beaver, a Baptist missionary from Telefomin, carefully surveys the site from the air. When the strip is complete, an MAF pilot will walk in with the missionaries and conduct a ground survey before a first landing can be made.